Lawmakers today taking a hard look at the state's mental health system following the tragedy at Sandy Hook.
But they don't know much about what kind of mental illness the gunman may have been suffering from, and some say that information needs to be released in order to make changes. News 8's Jamie Muro is live in the Hartford newsroom with more on this. Jamie?
And Darren, indeed, there was a call today at the state capitol to have Adam Lanza's mental health records, if there are any, made public to aid in this next step as the legislature examines mental health. But you might remember last week, the state's attorney said that this investigation, the Sandy Hook investigation, may not be done until June. And there is the possibility that we may not know what those records ever will be because of privacy concerns. Meanwhile, some of the people who have gone through the state's mental health system tell News 8 tonight that there needs to be changes and they need to happen now. When Jason Rosino opened fire at Norwich police officers, his friend Leroy Gardner is sad to say he wasn't surprised.
He summoned police officers to his residence intentionally with that purpose of facilitating his demise. He shot an officer 4 times and then turned the gun on himself, only based on the bleak outlook he felt in terms of getting the help that he saw individuals like me were having trouble getting.
Gardner, who says he's bipolar and has a criminal history himself, testified before the bipartisan task force on gun violence prevention and children's safety, telling them the difficulty he's had finding treatment because he's labeled.
There's a direct correlation with ineffective and inadequate mental health care and related overcrowding of the prison systems. And what has happened is the prison systems are now functioning as de facto mental health facilities.
It is an immense responsibility for legislators, finding a way to better an already taxed mental health system that meets the needs of everyone.
You'll hear person after person talk about the disinvestment since deinstitutionalization, and I think people are saying we need to make sure we have the community-based services.
Services to help Leroy Gardner, who wonders why the treatment his friend once received still led to this end.
The prospect of trying to get this help through this convoluted and complex mental health care treatment system chose the alternative.
Now keep in mind, we're breaking down hours and hours of testimony in about a minute and a half, but some of the proposals included here were allowing family members to put a troubled relative on a list, preventing them to buy a gun, better access to mental health care for children, and mental health examinations for anyone before they buy a gun. Again, these are just proposals, still a lot of work to do. We're live in the Hartford newsroom tonight. I'm Jamie Muro, News 8.